Hi, we're here at Medary Acres with Lynn Darnall, and we're looking at planting some potatoes on Good Friday.
It is Good Friday.
And so, what would you suggest? I mean, is this the time to plant the potatoes?
It is. Actually, it is. And I think the ground temperature has been coming up,
Okay.
even though we've had some chilly days.
Okay.
And all that means is if it's a little too chilly, the ground temperature's a little too chilly, they'll just sit there. But eventually, as it warms up, they'll start growing.
It won't hurt them. So,
No.
Good Friday is a magical time to plant.
In April, yes.
In April. So now I like red potatoes, you know, the thin skin red potatoes.
Yep.
So which red potato do you recommend?
Well, I would recommend this red Norland.
Okay.
We literally sell hundreds of pounds of that.
Bigger or smaller is better, or what do you think?
Doesn't matter. You're going to cut them up and you're going to use the eyes anyway. So the Norland, we have sold that for literally decades.
Okay.
And it is a good keeper. The skin is very nice on it. You're going to cut them up and you're going to plant hills.
Okay.
And make sure there's eyes in each piece that you put in the hill.
So how many in a hill? How many pieces?
Well, most of our old-time gardeners recommend 3 to 5 pieces. But I know some people that just put 1 piece in there and still get a nice crop of potatoes.
So and then the potato hill should be 3 feet apart?
Yep. Put them in rows about, actually the rows can be about 3 feet apart and the hills 18 to 24 inches apart, depending on how much room you have.
All right, now show me hot peppers. I want to go there. I like to make hot pepper vinegar sauce and give it away at Christmas.
I know. I've been one of the recipients, and I was just telling you, Rick, before we went on the air that your ghost pepper vinegar, I had to rinse it off the vegetables I put it on. I'm just a little too Scandinavian for your ghost vinegar.
Be a little lighter. So anyway, the ghost vinegar, I'm making it a little lighter now, and so we'll try that.
Okay.
So now we have ghost. I like to have a mixture of cayenne and ghost pepper, and so we're started out pretty nicely here, aren't we?
We are, for being April.
I'm not going to plan until later, right?
Right. I don't care how hot pepper they produce, they're going to freeze if we have a frost.
And be dead.
And be dead, and
Okay.
I'd have to sell them to you again.
Yeah, and the other thing is, I like to have tomatoes. Tell me about the tomatoes. I usually use Celebrity. What do you like? Let's talk about the tomatoes.
Tomatoes, Celebrity is my favorite. It is a good all-around tomato, no matter whether you want to slice them and eat them, whether you want to freeze them, whether you want to can them. They're a nice sized tomato. They have a nice skin. They have seeds, not an overabundance of seeds, but they have seeds. Now, a lot of our customers like the Roma tomato that does not have seeds in it, and I've got those also.
But it doesn't have as much flavor, is what I think.
And I like that juiciness, and Roma is a meaty, pear-shaped tomato, and so, but it's whatever people like. And so I think, Rick, we talked about it, we have like 40 varieties of tomatoes so that we hit the right type of tomato for each gardener.
For everybody. Now, one of the things is these heritage things, and I like German, what's the name? Something.
Heirloom
the
tomatoes.
Heirloom tomatoes.
Like German Johnson.
German Johnson. And because they're colorful, but they're flavorful. Why are these heritage things so good?
Well, they have wonderful flavor, wonderful juice. Some gardeners actually do not like how they look. They are not a perfect type produce, you know, and it's because they're non-hybridized, you know, and so they just grow these tomatoes that are a little unusual. They've got purple stripes, they've got pink stripes, they're a little misshapen. It just, again, depends on what you want to do with them and whether you want a perfect looking piece of produce or whether you want all that juice and good flavor.
One of the things that I grow in my garden is just an abundance of horseradish.
That horseradish can be a little bit invasive, which you're learning about. So you might want to plant it in an area that, you know, maybe has cement all the way around it, you know, a boulevard that's all cement. You know, there is other ways to control it. I know some of our gardeners actually sink big pots into the ground. They cut the bottom of the pot out, sink the pot into the ground, and grow the horseradish just within the confines of that big pot. And that it takes them a while to grow a root system deep enough that they come out of the bottom of that pot and up in your yard and your neighbor's yard.
Spreading. value of growing your own garden, the excitement of the season, the fun of making something happen with Mother Earth and the sun and the rain is just a magical time.
It is. That's why I have been here 40 years, Rick, and
You started when you were 5 or something.
5 or 6 years old.
Yeah. So
And there is just great joy from day one until we're done, until gardeners get it in their garden, until I get my garden planted. I am the last one to get my garden planted on the face of the earth. But there is joy. People tell me, and I agree with them, that you're just more at peace when you're out in the garden. Yep, and playing in the dirt.
thank you. Vegetable gardening is one of those healthy things that not only you got the fruit of your work to eat, but you also have the joy of the work in the garden and the activity and the interest. And
We love to sell vegetables because people generally have good luck with them. If they're willing to do a little bit of work,
Yeah.
till the ground a little bit, pull a few weeds, water it if it's too dry, you will be rewarded in the fall. And you don't have to can, you don't have to freeze. You can eat like mad, and maybe use most of it up. But it's just so rewarding.
Oh,
It really is.
And when we boil our tomato, we put our tomatoes in the pot, and then we throw the onions in the pot, and we throw a lot of the other vegetables that we have put together, and we have this medley of vegetables where we freeze it, and then we eat it all winter long. I love
See,
it.
you eat better than I do, Dave.
I try to do that. So now we're here. These are strawberries. People need to do. I did strawberries about 4 years.
Yes.
You find success with strawberries? I had a
People have good luck with strawberries, and then, of course, this is for a small patch out in your backyard. And most people will do the everbearing type strawberries.
Right.
If you really want to pick a big batch of strawberries, you go out to Sanderson Gardens, or you go to another grower somewhere in the state,
And they'll let you pick your
and
own.
they'll pick your own.
And that's a great thing. Now, right here are the sweet potatoes. I read that sweet potatoes are nutritionally the very best food there is to eat. Have you heard that before?
I have, and they're easy to grow. People don't know much about sweet potatoes, but they're very tender. They're like tomato plants. You don't put them out on Good Friday.
No, we gotta
You wait until kind of the end of May, and then you put the plants out, and boy, by late summer you've got a beautiful crop of sweet potatoes, and it really works. If you can cure them, you leave them out in the sun for a while and let them get a crust on them, and then they'll keep quite a while.
Okay, what else do we have
Well,
here?
we've got some asparagus. This is kind of an experiment this year, but we've always sold asparagus roots.
Yeah.
But now we're actually selling asparagus plants.
Yeah.
And you just pop one of those little globs out and you just stick them in the ground. And asparagus is a long-term crop. It's 3 years before you can start picking.
Oh.
So plant them where you want them.
And then protect them.
Because then they're there forever.
Right, and then but you only harvest them in the spring.
In the spring. Oh yeah, that's the only time. And rhubarb, of course, a couple different kinds of rhubarb. And rhubarb's wonderful. I mean, it's, it comes up first thing in the spring, and people start making rhubarb betty and pies, and you can't get enough rhubarb.
All right, so let's go look at herbs.
Why don't we? Yeah,
Okay.
it'll be over that way.
We've got beautiful oreganoes here, which you
Yeah, I
and
think-
Joni are cooked
And the
with
tomato
basil
sauce.
and tomatoes and several types of oregano there.
Okay.
We got parsley, both the curly kind
That's
and the flat leaf kind.
I grew the parsley last year, and then you take a sprig of it and put it on your plate, and it looks pretty.
Oh, it's beautiful. Yeah,
It
wonderful.
can freshen your breath too.
Oh,
You
is that
can
right?
take a sprig of it and it freshens your breath.
Oh,
They put it in dog food.
you make the dog
Makes the
smell
dog's
better.
breath smell. They really do.
We talked about lavender. Here's the rosemaries. Again, several varieties.
What's
of
that? What do
those.
you cook with rosemary? Besides singing rosemary, parsley, rosemary,
And thyme.
and thyme.
There you go.
What else? What do you do with rosemary?
Well, I know poultries,
Poultry.
poultry mostly.
Mostly-
I think
mostly,
fish. I
chicken.
think maybe fish, poultry and fish.
Okay.
But there's lots of different kinds. There's some creeping ones and upright ones. And this is one that a lot of people have all winter. You put it in a little pot and put it on the windowsill in the kitchen.
And then
just
you pluck a little
a little off when you need some.
Okay.
Sage.
Sage.
Lots of different kinds of sage.
But mostly that's
pretty. It's
Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving. Oh yeah, you put it in your stuffing, and
Yeah.
but there's got to be some other uses, I would think.
I would think.
As many flavors as we've got.
I have
and we
raised.
always run out.
Is that right? Really?
Yeah,
I've
everybody
raised.
wants it.
I have raised sage every year, and I never find a use for
Never
it.
use it?
There it is.
Here's one of my favorites, Rick, and I've never used it for cooking, but I love what the plant looks like. It's called sweet woodruff. It comes back every year, and it's just this carpet of beautiful foliage until your husband, as in Brian, comes by and sprays it with Roundup.
Then it dies.
And then it dies.
Yes.
But good thing I know a greenhouse where I
That's
can
a
get
wonderful
more.
plant. that,
Yeah.
But it's
Yeah.
pretty. It isn't
Yeah.
really.
I don't
it's
know
a
what they use it
beautiful plant. Oh, I used it along our sidewalk, and it was just a beautiful, happy little plant.
But
right
it's
there.
an herb. So you're looking at a happy little pretty plant. But is it? It's in the herbs. Do you
I know.
cook with it or something? You don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know.
We'll have to Google it.
Okay.
And then here's my favorite, Rick. This is stevia.
So now you promise you'll save me a stevia plant.
Yeah, but don't say that on TV.
Okay.
This is a natural sugar. This is a natural sugar, and I grow it in a pot during the summer. And if you pick off, particularly the newer foliage, and you just chop it up and you throw it in with fresh fruit, your lemonade, your tea, oh,
Well,
it
it's
is
what-
really a treat.
It is. The Consumer Report said of all of the artificial sugars, this is the safe one, and I
And
just.
It's not artificial.
It's real.
It's a real
It's
thing.
not a chemical. It's
Uh-huh.
not saccharin or
No.
something like
And
that.
isn't
It's
that just a delightful
It's
burst
like
of sugar?
A burst. A burst.
A burst.
A bush with a burst of sugar.
Uh-huh.
I love it.
Anyway,
I want
and they're
that.
fun to grow. They're fun to grow.
Okay. Well, we thank them for all these years of providing a fodder for joy in the summer and a wonderful time, not only being wonderful leaders, but friends. Thank you.
Thank you.